But I am walking to the elementary school. It's been a whirlwind morning. Oh my goodness. Good morning, everyone. It is brisk but lovely. That sunrise was worth giving up my Korean progress for the morning to take a quick video and then having to start that over. But I am walking to the elementary school. It's been a whirlwind morning. Oh my goodness. Sebastian didn't want to wake up, so we're already kind of running late and kept having to restart my Korean. I was having issues. We didn't even get out the door of the house till I got an alert that the bus was 2 minutes away. So first, I think they were a little early, like almost a minute before the actual on time, which rarely happens. But we were there and we had to wait a minute or two at the bus stop. I don't want to die from hot coffee splashing me. I just made this. Anyway, got him off, got Jax woken up, quickly did my Korean again, and finally made it through. It was like a chapter test, so I really needed to concentrate, and my hands were so dry that I kept pushing on buttons, and then I would submit, and I realized half of what I pushed didn't actually submit. Anyway, I got it done, and then I had to make a hearty breakfast for myself. So I made it double so Jax would have it. So cooked eggs and potatoes. The potatoes take a while, and toast and fruit. At the same time, I had to make 2 lunches. So because I don't even know if I get to eat, but I made myself a bagel, carrots, and then I grabbed a granola bar and some crackers and one of Sebastian's juice boxes. That's in my little mini backpack here. I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to assume it's more like, excuse me, it's going to be more like the first picture day I did where everybody is coming with their class. Anyway, I'm in the street sign zone, so I will see you later. Hello guys. Sorry I'm looking a little rough. I've had a long day and I just took a bath. Hi. Sorry I don't have much for you today. I was in the elementary school and I obviously cannot really film for that. Certain volunteer things that I do, I can get like a sneaky shot of just me or just a desk, but yeah, not this situation. So, hello. I talked to you when I was on the way to school. So basically I got there, they're used to me there, head in, they start giving me a badge and let me know which classroom to go to. There's one other parent there and somebody else came a little later. But basically there's a classroom that they use for like gifted and talented and something called search. And they took that over to do hearing and vision screenings, which it seems they do for kindergarten, 3rd grade, and 7th grade. I don't know what the high school levels are, just having a kid in middle and elementary school, I know those ones now. So Jax did have it as a part of the 7th grade. And if you are not in Loudoun County Public Schools, there's underwear under here. If you are not in the county schools, the year that you were supposed to do it, or if you're brand new to it, hold on, he's in the shower, then you also get it done. I'm coming. What do you need? I used to do that. Okay, are you soapy? Did you clean up?
I'm soapy. I just want to say.
Okay. I'm making him clean himself in the shower before he gets to play, because I will come get him after like a 10-minute shower and he'll be bone dry. Anyway, yeah, if you are new to the county, then you need to get it done. Also, if you have an IEP that requires a hearing test, as Sebastian does, being a potential speech therapy candidate. Sebastian's actually on the list twice. He was in the new to the county list and he had a special IEP. There was a handful of those. So they're there for 2 days. At the beginning, the 2 ladies were very gung-ho about trying to get as many done as possible. At the beginning of the day, they're like, maybe we can even do them all today. That became evident that we couldn't. They had scheduled this based on the very complex schedules of the elementary school. Like, it is a machine. And we had numerous discussions during the first half of the day, myself and one of the other volunteers, about how there's just no way we can get these kids early. They're at recess, they're at lunch, they're in their specials. We can't take them from these things. We need to... it was so complicated. My brain hurts from trying to think out, well, can we get this group then, this group then? But we did it. I felt bad whenever I'd have to be the one to interrupt the classes. I feel like it's always me, because I did that with that makeup picture day too, but the teachers are wonderful and they just really deal with it. They're saints. So basically my job was to go to classrooms. We'd get groups of 8 children, bring them back, line them up in the hall, and 4 at a time would go in. The 4 would come out, and because we were working mostly with kindergarten and 1st graders today, we had to escort them back as well. And they are runners, the kindergartners. Also trying to keep them quiet and against the wall when it's supposed to just take like a few minutes per group, but the kindergartners aren't able to listen very well and hold still for the testing. Like, they have to take a picture of your eyes, basically. This thing, a machine scans it, and then they also have to do a headphone hearing test where you raise your hand for beeping. So it was a struggle. There were some times where we needed all 3 of us to keep all those kids from climbing walls, or I would have a group that I was escorting back, but basically they were just leaving me in the dust from running as fast as they could. And one group of 4 where 3 of them were just long gone. So I roll up with one of them, this little boy, after the others were like settling back in already. And I was like, I just want to say that he didn't run. He didn't run. And at first she was confused because I didn't say he was the only one who didn't run. I didn't want to like outright say that the other kids were running. It's obvious when I say he didn't run. So at first she's like, "He ran?" I'm like, no, he didn't run, and I really appreciate it. He was very good. And they have this whole thing where every child is in a house, and if you earn a point for your house, it goes towards the whole house scoring. They win prizes and parades and stuff. So it worked. The teacher got off, was like, "House point for you." I was like, "Thank you, little boy. You're the only one of the kindergartners who didn't just like go berserk in the hall." I did get to go get Sebastian. There was 4 from his class who are either new to the county or IEP like he was. So yeah, his teacher, I will say, was the only one who was like dead on the schedule. They were coming out of their classroom as I was approaching down the hall. I didn't even have to go all the way down there. I was like, "You are so on it." Like they had their IDs, they were ready to go. Most of the teachers, not their fault. I was getting their kids when they were told that they were going to be tomorrow, because those ladies they turned out to be really nice, and we got along so well. And they're like, "Oh, we'll give you back tomorrow." I'm like, "I'm so sorry, I'm volunteering in the lunchroom tomorrow." But yeah, they were trying to get through as many as possible in one day, and I understand. So we did go through every single first grader, even though they had split them up 8 and 8 plus probably about 8 more that were IEPs. So we made it through a lot, and those poor teachers had to deal with me just showing up, and they're like, "Oh, we didn't know that." But it is just like a 10 or 15 minute thing, so they were good about it. So basically I was just on my feet all day doing laps. We would take turns, the 3 volunteers who would run to get the group, who would bring back the groups of the younger ones, who would wait and keep them quiet. We kind of staggered our breaks. They sent me in to eat first, but I realized everything I brought was kind of loud and crunchy and crinkly, and I had just seen Sebastian heading into the lunchroom, so I was like, "You know what, I'm just gonna run to his lunch, and I'll be there for a little bit." I think I stayed for like 10 or 15 minutes, and I ate half my lunch. Then I came back, and that lined up with a little break where we couldn't get anybody because they were either at recess or in lunch. So I was able to finish eating in there. Another one of them ran off. Her office was around the corner. She needed that for her break. And then the other one took a lunch after that. So yeah, we staggered it. It worked out well. I enjoyed it. I liked talking with everybody, talking with the kids. There were some challenges. There were some kids where I had to devote my complete attention to that one kid and keeping them in line. Not like, "You must stay in line." No, like literally in a line. But I made it through. It was good. And yeah, got to sit in lunch. It was so loud. A glimpse of my future tomorrow was so loud. Like louder than usual. So loud. I'm going to be getting some alerts on my watch for prolonged decibels, because normally I'm out of there before it's been like the 30 minutes where it really starts yelling at you. But at the end of the day, when they had to stop by like 1:45 to pack up their gear, so we did move on a little bit. We got 1 3rd grade classroom done out of all the ones they're going to need, and then we did a special ed because we had about 20 minutes left, and they take longer, so just did those few little kids so they could get some personalized time. They had some 2nd graders new to the county on the next day's list, so I grabbed 1 classroom's worth of that to just squeeze them in at the very end. Yeah, and then I said my goodbyes and packed up, headed to the office. There was probably 15 or 20 minutes left in the day, and they just said we could go ahead and bring our kids home early instead of waiting. I had already signed him up to be a walker instead of a bus rider, but that would have meant he would be the last one released after the buses leave and the cars finish. So she went ahead, and once his art class was done, she called his teacher for him to be released early, and I saw him heading down the hall past the office from his art class. So a few minutes later he was brought to the office by an aide, and we were able to go. yeah, that was our day. I was exhausted and hungry because I kind of just threw together some snacky things. So I had like a second lunch with Sebastian, and then I just closed my eyes on the couch. And Sebastian was okay, he kept coming over and hugging me. I'm like, it felt so nice that I just wanted him to like lay there on me. And usually lately I'm just like, oh, the germs. But no, it's just, he's so sweet. I needed that. It was a long day. I had my mask around my neck on a lanyard, and because I was just in halls and like the kids would be where that stuffed animal is and I'm standing here, there was only a few times where I'd have to like physically usher. So I just ended up not really needing it. I wasn't in that testing room. They closed the doors and the doors automatically lock. So I can't even get in. If you wanted to get something, you had to go in. There was one time where I went in to put my lunch away and I got closed in, so I was like sitting there separately while they did their testing. And then I had to dash out. I almost got stuck in with the next batch. Yeah, so I didn't wear it. I think I want to wear it tomorrow because I'll be at the lunchroom but not eating, so there's no reason for me to have it off unless they just can't understand me. But I did see one of the aides wearing a mask, and it didn't seem like she had a problem. I don't have a voice that carries well, and especially right now it's a little hoarse, so we'll see. But Danny's going to be volunteering through his work, organizing and packing Toys for Tots toys. So that's wonderful. He said he would have brought me, but unfortunately it's 12 to 4 and somebody has to be home to get Sebastian. So that wouldn't work even if I wasn't volunteering from 10:40 to 12:40. So we're both doing volunteer things. Though he said, you need to start working soon. I'm like, please. I'm trying to build up. I have things. I want to have a lot of clip art for sale, but it's slow going to get set up for that. So that's like a 2023 goal, but I'm working on it. And the painting, obviously. Anyway, yeah, I rested a little bit, and then Sebastian went in the backyard and played while I watched and did a few rows of knitting, not very much. I just needed to be near so I could scold the dog if he barks at somebody who walked by. And then we ended up ordering Mexican food, but only for Danny and I cooked a quesadilla for Jax because he likes home ones better, and Sebastian just wanted mac and cheese, so I've been stocking little single serving mac and cheese and made them veggies. And it turned out I had a half an hour for a bath, so I took a quickie, but Sebastian wanted a shower, so it's a hair pasta freckle. I need to go wash his hair and get him out so we can go for Friday. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have enough energy when I get back to vacuum and clean up the living room because I've got to prep for a Christmas tree. I don't know if we can get it on Saturday because I think it might rain and snow, but we'll see. I need to get ready. For it. December is going. Just tonight I was like, oh, when the kids aren't around, I need to ask you, Danny, what you bought for them for Christmas because I've literally just like gotten stocking stuffers and I need to know if I need to pick some things out. Time's getting away from me. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up. I figured I could talk long because I didn't have much for you. If you are one of my wonderful OGs and actually listen to these, thank you. Cookies for you, cookies. You are the best, my besties. And I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe, be kind, and don't forget, wash your hands.